Imagine transforming your insurance business overnight by tapping into a source of endless leads right at your fingertips. That's made possible by unlocking the power of Google Ads. Welcome to your ultimate guide on mastering Google Ads for insurance lead generation, where we'll be revealing the strategies top agents use to skyrocket their insurance business. By the way, I'm Carlos Ubaldo, a seasoned expert with over a decade of experience in digital marketing and insurance lead generation. In this tutorial, I will guide you through the process of setting up, launching, and optimizing Google Ads to effectively generate high-quality insurance leads. Whether you're a beginner or looking to enhance your existing strategies, this tutorial will provide you with valuable insights and practical steps to achieve outstanding results in your lead generation campaigns. First and foremost, we gotta understand why insurance agents need Google Ads. Google Ads significantly increases your business's visibility by positioning your insurance services prominently at the top of search results. This strategic placement not only amplifies your brand's exposure, but also significantly enhances lead generation by connecting you more directly with potential customers who are actively searching for insurance online. Google Ads is an invaluable tool for attracting and engaging with the right audience, thereby driving more business opportunities. And now it's time to create and set up your Google Ads account. Now I have a full walkthrough tutorial somewhere in the screen, and I'll make sure to include the link to that in the description box below. Now that I have shown you how to properly create and set up your Google Ads account, it's now time to set up and launch your own campaign. But before that, it would be best to understand first the structure within your Google Ads account. So with Google Ads, it's similar to Facebook ads where you will have the campaign level, and under that, you will have the ad set level, and under each ad sets will be the ads level. So in Google Ads, you will have the campaign level, and under each campaigns, you can have multiple ad groups. And then under each ad groups, you will have the keywords and the ads. As you can see on my screen, this is an example of a Google ad account that has 3 campaigns. Now, essentially, I would only recommend to create one campaign, especially if your account is brand new. And then later on, once you are optimized already, once the account is well optimized and properly set up, then that's the time if you want to add more campaigns and even more ad groups, then you may do so. So here's another image. This is your Google Ads account, and under your Google Ads account, there will be the campaign, and under each campaign, there will be your ad group, and under the ad group, there will be your keyword and, again, your ads. Now, your keyword, it acts as your audience. If you are familiar with Facebook ads, you will be targeting audience on Facebook ads, but in Google Ads terms, it will be keywords. You are targeting keywords, basically what people are typing on Google to search for any insurance services. For example, if they are looking for auto insurance, if they type auto insurance quote, then ideally our ads will show at the top 4 spots of their Google search result. And that's how we get them to click on our website and convert them into an actual lead. So now that we have understood the setup and the campaign structure within your Google Ads account, it's now time for keyword research. And to do that, just log into your Google Ads account and then go to Keyword Planner, and from here, click Discover New Keywords. So once we click here, make sure that your location is the right location. So you can click on that location, and then let's say you are only targeting, let's say Toronto, include that and exclude Canada. You may change it to, let's say, if you're working in the United States, let's say Texas, you may do that as well. And then once you're done, just click Save. And let's say you're working with property insurance, home insurance, and auto insurance. And once you're done, click Get Results. And one thing to bear in mind here is your keywords should have an intent behind them. Meaning, if for this example, you want to get people who are looking for home and auto insurance, then I added quote because only people who are looking for quotes will type this on Google. And now, as you can see on my screen, this shows you your average searches or average monthly searches together with other data as well. But if you ask me, I only look at this one, the search volume, and then the competition, and also the top of page bid high range. So let's go through each of them quickly. So the average monthly search is the average searches, or a simpler way to put it is the monthly search volume of these keywords. Meaning every month, 22,000 people type home insurance quote in these locations. And for auto insurance quote, 27,000 on average types this keyword on Google. And then if we look at the competition, this is self-explanatory. It just shows you the competition level. And then lastly, the low range and high range. So if your account is well optimized, then your cost per click would be closer to this low range. If it's not, then your cost per click would be closer to the high range. And we're only talking about clicks here, not conversions yet. Now, you may be wondering why is it so expensive? And that's because insurance is very competitive. But low range amount per conversion, or meaning per lead instead of per click. And if you stick until the end of this video, I will show you a strategy for you to be able to do that. Are you ready to take your business or media buying career to the next level? If yes, then you need to learn how to unlock the power of Google Ads. Hi, I'm Ubaldo, and for over a decade, I've been helping businesses grow exponentially using the power of Google Ads. Today, I'm excited to introduce you to our comprehensive Google Ads course. In this course, you'll learn how to create effective Google Ads, target the right audience and keywords, build highly converting landing pages, optimize campaigns, and much more. If you're ready, just click the link in the description below to enroll. So now, if you're actually selling life insurance, then you will add life insurance quote in there. You can add term life, whole life. If you're selling health insurance, then you can add health insurance. And if you're selling commercial, you'll add commercial, and you get the point. That's very much self-explanatory right there. And now, when you're done with this, the next thing to do is to list them down by adding them on an Excel or Google Sheet. And we will use that later on the campaign creation and setup. And now, once you're done with your keyword research, the next thing to do is to do the landing page and the ad copies. So let's go ahead and do the ad copies first. So this is the shortcut method. This is a quick hack for you to be able to create highly converting Google ad copies. So first is go to Google and then type in the keywords that you're after. So from our keyword research, I typed in home insurance quote. So we did search for that. And of course, it only makes sense that you will see your competitor ads. Now, be sure that you are using the right IP address. So if you are searching from another location aside from your target location, for this example, let's say we are in Japan, just for example, but we are about to target, let's say, Texas. So I have to use a VPN. So you can use Surfshark, NordVPN. There are a lot of good VPNs out there. If you cannot get the exact state, then the country search would suffice. And then what I will do is list down all the ad copies of my top 3 to 4 competitors. So I will put them on a Google Sheet, including the headline, the descriptions, and all the site link extensions. So this is what site link extensions look like. Okay, you have the site links, call out, you have the structured snippet. Let's remove the call extensions and other extensions for now. So usually you can see this on the number 1 spot. But if you cannot, then that's fine. We're gonna ask AI anyways to help us create those. But you gotta have at least the headlines and the descriptions from minimum 3 competitors. And then I will be sharing with you an AI prompt where you can add all of the ad copies from your competitors, and the AI will generate a better Google ad copies for you. Based from the ad copies that you input from your competitors. And you can find that in the description box below. So if you're using ChatGPT, Claude, DeepSeek, or whatever AI you're comfortable with, and that prompt will work with any AI or text-based AI for that matter. And using this strategy with the help of AI, you should be done with your Google ad copies in 10 to 15 minutes. And when you're done with your ad copies, the next step is to test it out. And how do you do that? Using this tool, Kuya Text Ad Preview Tool. To go to this tool, you can go to Google and then type Kuya Google Ads copy and click the expanded text ad preview tool, and it will take you to this page. Now, I'll also be including the link to this in the description box below. And by the way, this is not mandatory. It's just for you to check the final layout of the ads, if it will look good on both mobile and desktop, and just to see if you have any last minute changes after looking at the final ad copies. Now, one pro tip that I can give you for you to be able to optimize your account further and boost your scores up is to add your main keyword in headline number 1 and also into one of your descriptions. So with Google responsive search ads, you'll be given 14 headline slots and 4 descriptions. So if I'm gonna apply what I'm saying to this example, then I'm gonna add in here home insurance quote, and then I'm gonna pin that, and then I can also add a variation of, now let's say get home insurance quote, and then I still have 6 characters left. I can also add a variation of now or even today. Perfect. So by adding this into one of your headlines or a couple of your headlines and a couple of these keywords into your descriptions, then it will make your ad copies more relevant to the intent of the searcher. So if I'm the one searching for home insurance quote and I see this ad and I see the same keywords on the ad copies, then that verifies that the ad copy for me is more relevant, and that will make your optimization score higher. And now, once we're done with the ad copies, it's now time to create a highly converting web page or landing page. And I say landing page because it's not the same as a website, because a website is built for exploration and we don't want to waste a lot of these paid traffic and just to drive them to a generic website. So we want to drive them to a highly converting and well optimized landing page. And so in this tutorial, I won't be showing you how to build a highly converting landing page from scratch, but instead, I'm going to show you the key components of a highly converting landing page for insurance. So regardless of the CMS you want to use, whether it's ClickFunnels or you want to use WordPress or Lead Pages, then feel free to do that. As long as these key components are present, then you're good to go. So let's start with the first key component. Number 1, your landing page builder or your CMS needs to have a fast load speed, especially on mobile, because around 70% of the traffic now comes on mobile. The second criteria is you need to optimize it mobile first, and that is for the same particular reason. Next is that your headline or header title, this one, your main target keyword should be included there. So in this case, if we are targeting home insurance quote, then that same keyword should be included there. Next is the subheader. So that should be included right at the bottom of the headline where it supports the headline. So it may say, get a quick quote now, get a quote today, and start to save, something like that. Next is to have a clear call to action right within your landing page in such a way that all of these components that I've mentioned, they should be able to see that when they first land on the page on PC and on their mobile phones. All of these components should be present off the bat. So let's repeat. That should be the header title, the subheader, and a clear call to action. Now this might be in a form of a button, so that works as well. But if you ask me, my best performer is actually an open quiz funnel or an open form. What do I mean exactly? So if we're targeting home insurance quote, let's say, so there will be a homeowner quote, next would be new home quote, there will be landlord, renters, so basically all the subcategory of home insurance quote. And likewise, as soon as they land on the landing page, then they should be able to see it here, right at the bottom of the header, title, and subheader. So I'm using the same format for almost a decade now, and it's still my best performer up to this day. And now the next key components, let's just erase this. And you should be putting that just beneath these three components that I've mentioned. And these are number one, in no particular order, reviews, if you have any, or any supporting claims or process to your lead or quoting system. So that may be chat with us. We have friendly agents. It can also be get a quote in 3 easy steps and then explaining how those steps work. And that's it. And another pro tip that I can give you is to only add one call to action within the landing page. So if you will be using buttons, just add the button here and do not add another button at the bottom or near the footer of the landing page. Another tip is to remove the navigation menu on both PC and mobile. And now finally, we're ready to create and set up our Google Ads campaign. So to do that, just log into your Google Ads account. And from here, you'll be able to see this create button. And then click on that and click campaign. And here, let's select leads. And then select a conversion goal. I've tested both request quotes and lead forms, and there's not much of a difference. So feel free to use any of them, and it won't make a difference on your lead generation. So go ahead and click continue and select the campaign type. And then let's select search, and then you will be prompted to select a goal. So in here, let's select lead form submissions and then click continue. Name your campaign. So I usually add the date followed by the campaign name. Then when you're done, just click continue. Okay, from here you are prompted to select your bidding strategy. So what I would recommend to you guys is to select the manual clicks first. So to do that, just set this on clicks. I stand corrected. So select clicks and then we're gonna go for maximum cost per click bid limit. Okay, so for now, let's leave it that way, and then later on we can change it to manual CPC, and I will show you that later on. So what amount to put in here? So do you remember the keyword cost, the low range cost? So that's roughly around $35 to $40, right, per click. So let's add 35, assuming that this is the low range cost per click. So let's do that. Let's go ahead and add that. But that's quite expensive, right? And I promise you, I will share with you a strategy that you can use for you to be able to cut the cost per lead to $35 to around $60 per lead instead of paying per clicks. So that's a significant amount and quite a significant improvement. So to do that, let's say we are targeting home insurance, right? I would suggest that you go at the branded terms or carriers. So if you have, let's say, Nationwide Insurance, or you have Mutual of Omaha, Liberty Mutual, just to name a few, go ahead and add those in your keyword targeting. So if I'm gonna go for home quote, let's say I'm targeting Nationwide Home Insurance. I'm gonna go after that, or you can also go for Nationwide Home Insurance quote. And then replace this first carrier keyword with other carriers that you have. So this can be also Liberty Mutual or of Omaha, etc., etc. And that will significantly reduce the amount of the bid that you have to put here. So I would say depends on the states, also on the location, that will range somewhere around $7 to probably $14 or $15. Okay, so let's just add 10 for this example. Okay, and then would you like to bid for new customers only? So this is totally up to you if you would like to bid for new customers only. Most of my clients don't mind, so let's just click next. And here I'll remove all networks because they are useless. And then with the location options, I will make sure rather to select this second option. People in or regularly in your included locations. Now, this is very crucial if you ask me. It's another pro tip. Otherwise, you'll be burning a lot of money if you select this one. Okay, next step is to enter another location. So let's say you are targeting Texas and Florida State only. Oh yeah, baby. So you can do that here. You can also select locations here per city, per county, and down to the zip code level. So that's totally up to you. The next would be language. Unless you're targeting Chinese or French, I would just leave this to the default, which is English. Next one, skip this one. Automatically created assets. Make sure that the second one is selected and then click on more settings. Yes, prefer the best performing ads. That's correct. So here you can select a start date. I usually don't set an end date because I monitor them. And whenever I see a campaign that's not performing well, then I can go ahead and just stop that campaign. Schedule, I don't recommend this for new accounts, but later on, once you gather enough data and you're getting in good conversions, then you can set the schedule. Okay, then let's click next and let's skip this part. Okay, now, so we're in the ad group level. Okay, so there's a something that I want to explain to you about this one, and it's called the single theme ad group, or STAG. Now, this used to be called single keyword ad group, or STAG, but since evolution of Google Ads, things have changed, and so what works best is the single theme ad group nowadays. So let's say I'm gonna target, let's say, home insurance. Then only the related themes to home insurance is what I'm gonna enter in the keywords. So let's say home insurance. That's one. Another one would be home insurance quote. That's two. Next one would be homeowners insurance, and you get the point. I will also add, if you're selling mobile insurance, and feel free to add those, landlord, and etc., because all of these keywords fall under the same theme, which is home insurance. And you may wonder why I'm using this quote right here. So it essentially means phrase match. So you can use phrase match or exact match for new accounts. Okay, the exact match would look like this. Do not use anything else. Don't use broad match. Even for old and optimized accounts already, only use phrase match and exact match. Now, if you want to learn more about this, I'll make sure to include a link somewhere here on the screen about this phrase match, all the match types of Google Ads, and also in the description box below. Next, we're off to the ad creation. So here is where you'll add the link to your landing page, and in here I'll add something like home quote, and here you will copy and paste the headlines and the descriptions that we have created earlier. And also you're able to add images here, so you can upload your own. You can also search the web or social, and you can also use free stock images. So that's totally up to you, but be sure to add images and business logo, because that will help you achieve a higher optimization score. Next is we'll be adding site links. So if you have followed my instructions earlier, so this is part of it. All the crucial ad extensions, including the site links call out, and the structured snippet is added in there. So all you have to do is copy and paste them here. And when you're done, just click next. And in here, you will be prompted to set a daily budget. So in here, especially for new accounts, I always go for $50 to $100 per day. If you're quite hesitant, then you can go for 30, and that's the bare minimum. So with me, I always use at least 50, and then let's go ahead and click next. Okay, so there's an issue because we haven't added any ad copies, but after that, really, it's just gonna launch the campaign, assuming that you have added the ad copies here. And after the launch, you should be able to see it in here. And another pro tip is what I was telling you earlier. So let's go back and let's click edit settings, and in here we will be changing this. So this account is now using maximize conversions or target CPA because this is an optimized account already. But for new accounts, this is what you'll do. Okay, click here rather, and then click this. All right, click this text right here, and then click this once more, and then select manual CPC. And don't worry, we'll only use this for a couple of days. So what you will include in here is the low range from our keyword research. So let's assume that it's $10. Then let's add $10. So after a day or two, And if you go to the keyword level of the account, and from here you should be able to see the actual bid after a day or two, which is marked in red text. And only after that do I switch to maximize clicks. So let's go back to the campaign level. And from here, let's go to the settings again and click on the bidding. So let's change the bid strategy in here and let's select clicks. And then let's assume that the actual bid is, let's say, $11.5. So instead of me putting $11.5, I usually add $1 up to $3. So let's just say that the actual bid is $11.5. So I usually add $1 to $2 more than the actual bid. So let's just say, so let's do 12.5. But in this way, you will not overbid. Because if you're, let's say, completely in the dark and you have not activated manual CPC, you won't be able to see the actual bid. Because sometimes the range within the Google Keyword Planner, it's way off than the actual bid. So once you're done with that, just click save and you should be good to go. And the next step after that would be testing and optimization. So after you've converted to maximize clicks, look closely for the actual search terms. So I usually do that for new campaigns once or twice every day. So to go there, under Insights and Reports, click Search Terms. And in here, you will be shown the actual search terms. For newly launched accounts, this is a very crucial step because most cases, even if you used exact match or even phrase match, Google will still show your ads to irrelevant keywords. And so we want to list all of those irrelevant keywords by looking at the actual search terms in here so we can add them to the negative keyword list. Some of the common negative keywords, or rather unwanted keywords that you will find in here, especially for new accounts, would be keywords that are related to claims, phone number, mobile application, to name a few. And I will do this process for the next 30 to 60 days until I see that Google Ads is showing my ads only to the relevant keywords that I like. And now to go to the negative keywords, just click on the audience right here and then click keywords. And then from here, let's click on negative keywords. And now we can add negative keywords in here, or we can also create a list by selecting this, but both work the same. So this is just a matter of preference. And at the same time, on the first 30 days, I will be also closely monitoring the performance of the ads by going to the ad section right here. So I will look into the ad strength, making this as a guideline so I can tweak some of the ad copies that are not performing very well. And also I will make sure to check on my landing page, especially if I have no historical data about the best performing landing page. I will be installing heat map tools such as Hotjar, for example, so that you can see and analyze the website activities on your landing page. And lastly, I will be looking a few times a day in your keywords. So let's go to the keywords by clicking here, just to monitor the quality scores. So you need to check this at least once a day. And if it's not configured yet for your dashboard, just click on columns and then you can modify according to your liking. Now, essentially, the higher the quality score, the better, and the lower your cost will be. And if you did a great job on optimizing the ad copies and also the landing pages, then you can expect to have a high quality score. And if you're targeting branded terms in the insurance industry, I highly recommend quality scores of 6 to 10. 6 being the lowest and 10 being the highest. And now I'd like to show you some case studies and actual examples of accounts that I manage, where I did everything that I've told you, all the account setup and optimization, and here are the results. So this client, this is a relatively new account and it's high ticket insurance, so the cost has been good and it's still very profitable for the client. Next is this one. So this client has been with me for about 8 years now, and you can see the costs, you can see the conversions, And let me show you another one. This client has been with me for about 4 years now. You can see also the cost per conversion is great and it's very, very profitable. Because with Google Ads also you have to keep in mind that the cost, or rather the closing rate to sales, is 20% off the bat, not including the follow-ups, because we are targeting high intent insurance leads using Google Ads. Thank you for watching, and I hope you learned a lot from this video. If you have any questions or suggestions, don't hesitate to comment them down below. And if you find this video helpful, I'm sure you will also find this video helpful. Because in that tutorial, I have discussed how to optimize your Google Ads campaign so your cost per lead will be at the best possible price, which means you'll have better ROI for your insurance business.